Hey everyone! I'm just going to do a really quick live love reading, or like what's going on in your love life reading. So it's going to be a pick a crystal reading again. So we have this blue one, this beautiful blue one, and this beautiful green one. I know this is aquamarine, but I forget this one. I think it's blue calcite. My friend just gave it to me and I can't remember. So yeah, pick one of these. So this is going to be group number 1 and group number 2, and I'm basically going to be using this Goddess tarot deck that I have, which is the first tarot deck I ever have used. It was given to me by my dear friend Hayden, so many years ago, so it's like very old, but I love them, and I actually have no idea what they're called or where he got them from. I think from New York somewhere. Then I'm also going to be using the Goddess Oracle cards. So it's going to be like a bit of a Goddess reading about your love life, kind of like what connection is this, what's going on, you know, just sort of that kind of theme. Okay, so group number 1, what's going on in your love life? Let's have a look. Okay, first card that came out, 3 of Swords. Alright, so I'm instantly thinking, it's not the easiest time in your love life right now, huh? Oh, alright, okay, so we also have the Page of Pentacles and the Lovers. Alright, so the Lovers card, like let's remember the Lovers card is actually ruled by Gemini, or it's associated with Gemini. So I'm wondering if, because I've got this Page of Pentacles, I think you're maybe focusing your attention right now on developing a skill of some kind, like some kind of like you're channeling your energy, or your partner is. Your partner might be channeling their energy into like maybe getting better at some kind of thing they want to be doing for their career. Maybe they are maybe they're studying at uni, maybe they're working really hard, like working all the time and saving money because they've got this dream that they want to buy a house or a car or something to set you guys up in the future though. Okay, so I'm thinking like there's some level of perhaps disconnect between you and your lover right now. And that is causing you pain, it's causing you anxiety, you're worrying about it, you're thinking about it a lot, it's going on in your head. But we have the Lovers card, right? So I'm seeing that whatever connection that you two have together, it is love. It's absolutely love. And there is a deeper soul connection there that remains or continues to exist, even though you may feel like they're not really given you much of their time at the moment, or they don't have a lot to give you, or you don't have a lot to give them. Maybe you're on this side of it, you're doing heaps of your own thing for the first time in a long time, you know, you're enjoying to just be alone, or you're enjoying to just be focusing on you, which is amazing. But, you know, like maybe it's new to you. I'm seeing that's possibly true. Like maybe you're used to sort of being in that kind of love connection where you both are a little bit codependent. I think I'm seeing that there's a break away from this codependency that maybe is from your history. Okay, so I just pulled the Fool. So yes, I'm seeing a new beginning within a relationship. If you're not in a relationship currently, then I'm seeing that you're calling one in and it's coming. Love is coming to you. I would also say that this page then, if you're not in a relationship and you're single, this page is telling you keep doing what you're doing, keep focusing on yourself, and you're going to attract your partner to you. You know, like when you're living exactly how you would want to live when you're in love, if that's what you're wanting, then do that, and you're going to be calling them in. So this Fool card is telling me like there's a new beginning coming to whatever extent, you know, there's a new beginning coming, even if it's within a relationship, you know, perhaps you guys just like have been a little bit off and on in the past, or perhaps you are on a break right now, a little bit of a break right now. Just know that there's a new beginning coming and trust that. okay, because I'm seeing it for you, and I'm seeing that it's going to bring a lot of happiness and like fresh energy. I'm thinking that you felt a bit stagnant for a while there, and maybe like that it was actually pretty important that you guys did have a little break. Again, so that you could focus on yourself, focus on your own abundance, you know, focus on what it is that you want. And I think that even though it has caused you a little bit of anxiety, it is what you need, because it's bringing light to areas that were maybe causing the stagnation within the relationship in the first place. Or you can apply this to if you're single too. I think if you're single, you've been through a little bit of a stagnating period, but you're coming out of that now. You're entering a new beginning, and it's for the best for everyone, kind of thing. Wow. I'm going to pull like a couple more. Ooh, wow, okay. The Star card. Wow. This is huge. This is associated with Aquarius. And so we've got a lot of air happening, you know, Gemini, Aquarius. This card's associated with Uranus. And then this is the Suit of Swords, which is all about air. So I'm seeing that you've been really in your head, way too much in your head, almost like cut off from your body. And the way forward for you is to actually get back into that embodiment, right? To get back into nurturing yourself at that level. This card speaks to spirituality, to the growth of your own version of spirituality for you, okay? And it's super special, it really is. And it's sort of telling me that next to this Fool card, like it's telling a story, right? So you've come into this new beginning within yourself, and therefore within your relationship, or you're giving your relationship another try, or you want to, and you should, okay? So this card is saying that it's actually going to bring you closer to the divine. It's going to enhance your sense of spirituality, your sense of value, meaning, and purpose in life, and you're going to feel more aligned with what it is that you actually want to be doing in life, what it is that you are actually here to do, your soul's purpose, right? This is a really powerful reading, you guys. Okay, I'm going to pull maybe like one or two more tarot cards because I did want it to be fairly quick. Okay, so we've got the Empress. Wow, this is a really special spread. The Empress is Venus, it's Earth, you know, it's femininity, and it's nourishment, and it's nurturing yourself at the deepest level, at the level of the divine, okay? So I'm seeing that you are like, whatever gender you identify as or not identify as, you know, if you don't identify as anything, like I'm seeing that you're getting in touch with the more feminine side of your nature. And we all have a feminine side of our nature. So I'm seeing that you're like becoming that like healthy parent for yourself. You're realizing like, okay, what does true nourishment mean? What does it mean to nurture myself? What does it mean to embrace pleasure in my life? All of that is associated with the Empress, and it's also associated with the divine feminine, so our intuition, our ability to trust that things will come to us, you know, all of this sort of stuff. And I'm seeing that, like, in terms of love, I think that you need to focus on the pleasurable side of it, and the ability for a love connection to be gentle, for the ability for it to be soft and nurturing, and to nourish you at the deepest level. Because with this Lovers card, I'm seeing that it's totally possible within your connection. It is. It's absolutely possible for you to embody this nourishment, and for it to be actually a healing space for you two to be in together. Okay? What a powerful tarot spread. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple of these oracle cards just to sort of sum up, and also just to ask Spirit, like, what, you know, like, what would you like for group number one to know about their connection? What do they need to know about their connection right now? That's what I'm going to ask. Ooh. Divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Okay, well, does it get a lot clearer than that? I mean, get honest with yourself, right? Okay, what is your heart's true desire? And sometimes, you know, that is the thing that we want. That is the pleasurable thing. Sometimes I think we think like, oh, the right thing to do is just to like be alone and not be with anybody. And that's true sometimes, it is. It totally is. But it's like, is that actually what your heart wants? And it's okay to want what your heart wants, because actually our heart doesn't lead us astray. You know, our heart is going to lead us to all the joy and the abundance that we want for our life. All right, I'm going to do one more. One more goddess card. Please, Spirit. What is going on in group number? Okay, a whole bunch fell out, but this one did fall out separately. So compassion, Kuan Yin, the goddess Kuan Yin. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Wow. Okay, so I'm picking up on a tiny little bit of a theme here that maybe you've been like judging yourself and judging what you actually want in your heart. You've been judging that, and it's time to just let it go and have compassion for it and answer that heart's call. Answer what it is that you desire, and that's fine. It's totally okay to want what you want, because you know what you want also wants you. That's how it works, you know, and what you need also needs you, whether that's a person, whether that's a career path you want to go through. Like, they also need you. They also want you, okay? And I think this is also asking you to have compassion for your partner. Maybe they're going through their own reevaluation of nourishment and nurturance and how they take care of themselves too. Maybe they're at a different level in their journey than you, or a different stage, in their journey than you. Have compassion and see things without judgment. And it says focus on the love and light that is within everyone. And I think first of all, you need to do that for yourself, okay? Alright, thank you so much, group number 1. I hope that was helpful for you at some level, somewhere along the way. Okay, group number 2. What have we got for you in love? What's going on in group number 2's love life? Woo! Alright, 5 of Cups. The energy of this card, like I always see this card. See how she's like looking back? She's looking over her shoulder and she's got those 2 children and all the cups are kind of empty on the sand. So I always see this as we need to look back. At some level, you need to look back at your life and get honest about certain things, because there's something blocking you right now in terms of your like relationship, or in terms of you manifesting a relationship. And it's in your childhood. And the way forward is to do inner child healing. See those 2 children on each breast? Like, that's kind of like symbolically what you need to be bringing in. Bring that in. Bring that love in, you know, for your inner child, because they deserve it. And looking back is indicated, okay? So sometimes we look back, but we're not honest about it. You know, we're not honest about what we're looking. Sorry, there's nothing came out. It was like for half the deck. We're not honest about like what's really going on, and that's blocking us. And we don't realize that. You know, we just want to keep looking forward and being like, hey, I want to manifest this thing. I want to manifest this thing. But it's like we're blocking ourselves, and a lot of the time that's around self-worth, and we pick up weird beliefs as children. Okay, so we just got the King of Pentacles. So maybe it's also about creating a more stable situation for yourself, or a more stable like something within yourself right now, so that you can bring that love in that you actually want. I think maybe money is important to you at some level, or like physical security is important to you at some level, which is amazing. And I think that like maybe you're a bit... Okay, actually, Spirit just said it's your partner. Your partner is thinking like, I need to be more able to provide for you. Like there's something going on in your partner or your crush or your future partner's head, where it's like they're like cultivating the soil for your relationship together right now, which is beautiful. But that might be confusing for you, sitting there on the other side of it, looking over and thinking like, what the heck are they doing? Why aren't they coming forward to me? Why aren't they giving me what, like, the attention that I want, blah, blah, blah. They're doing it in their own way, you know, that this is how they show love. They want to be able to show love in this way of being providing and being like, almost like a leader in their own field, something around stability and security. It's really important to you both, and I think that they're honouring that, and maybe you need to start honouring, like, seeing the ways that they are loving you, because sometimes we think just because someone's not loving us in the same language that we love them, that it's not happening, but it is. And sometimes we need to just like take a moment, step back, look at it again, and see how actually they are loving us this whole time, and they're doing all of this work in order to be with us and in order to be a better partner for us. Wow. Okay, we got the Three of Cups, which is friendship. Maybe you guys are friends right now, and you have a crush on them or something. Maybe you're not sure if this is going to develop into love. I'm not sure. Friendship is indicated though. Perhaps what it is that you actually need is a friend right now, and you're searching for a love. Or perhaps what it is that you need is to realize that true love, you're also a friend. Okay, so we just got the Ten of Swords. So this is really heavy. So I'm thinking like group number 2 that you have been going through some kind of loss, betrayal, pain, anguish, grief, sadness, and rage. Sadness and rage. I'm feeling it. You are angry, actually. You feel angry about something. You feel betrayed in some way. And that might be like you feel like you've betrayed yourself at some level, but I'm seeing that as well. There's been some external things happening in your life that you have not been able to control, and that have just been sort of coming forward, and it's just been like thing after thing, or maybe it's just been this one gigantic event that you're really has just knocked you sideways. So I'm really feeling this energy, and it's full on. This Ten of Swords, like, it's probably, yeah, one of the heaviest cards in the deck in my opinion. And it's next to this friendship card, so I'm not sure if they're related, and they might be for some people. It might actually be that there's been some kind of friendship breakdown, or a friend of yours has actually betrayed you in love, and that's, you know, that's not fun to deal with. But that's not going to be for everyone, and also this energy, it's already been. So I don't want anyone to start getting sucked into some kind of fear narrative that something horrible is about to happen to them. No, I'm seeing that this has passed and that people are sitting with it right now. Okay? Okay, well, let's clarify that Ten of Swords. Like, Spirit, how is this relating to their love, and how can they move forward? The Sun. Wow. Okay, so so the Sun to me is truth. So whatever happened, whatever transpired with this Ten of Swords energy, it was truthful. It brought truth to the surface. And sometimes truth is, we don't want to hear about it. It's painful. We like to live in an illusion sometimes, you know, because it's easier, okay? But this Sun card, it's about integrity. It's about the truth of the situation. It's about shining so much light into the darkness that, you know, we can't turn away anymore. We can't pretend. We can't lie to ourselves. We can't tell those stories that keep us where we are. So the truth is getting things moving. It's getting things moving for you, and it's getting things moving for your partner, or for your crush, or for your future partner. And it's a lot to integrate. That's what I'm feeling. It's a lot. It feels heavy, and that's fine. It's okay for things to feel heavy, you know, because something that I realized recently, and this might sound really basic to some people, but if you really contemplate it, like, I feel like it's actually quite a lot to integrate. And I've realized that healing can be just pain. Sometimes healing is just pain. And we look at it from the outside, or from our own perspective, and we just think like, well, this is just horrible. How is this healing? It just feels like thing after thing after thing, crisis after crisis, and it's just so painful. But this is where the Sun card comes in. It's truth. It's breaking things down. It's forcing like things that are already within you to come out. And that's painful. And that's, you know, not pretty. You know, like there's a lot that goes on that I think we can question it because we think like things need to be, healing has to look good. Healing has to look like it's moving. Healing has to feel good. Nah, healing doesn't feel good a lot of the time. Like it does eventually, but when we're in it, nah, it doesn't feel good. And I think that's something that I resisted for a long time because I thought, you know, healing should feel all nice and like, you know, soft and gentle. Sometimes it's really brutal. Sometimes it just like tears you apart. But that doesn't mean it's not healing, and that doesn't mean it's not true. And I'm seeing that it's pushed you back into being in alignment with your integrity. Whatever has taken place, like maybe the truth came up about a certain friend and how they were betraying you, in love or not, you know, because truthfully, we love our friends too, don't we? So, yeah. I'm also seeing that, like, even though this Ten of Swords has been incredibly painful, and I'm definitely not denying that for you, I am seeing that it's put you back in touch with your destiny. It's put you back in touch with your true purpose in life. Your true purpose. And that's really special. And I see that you're doing that. You know, you and your partner, or vice versa, like, take it how it resonates. It might be about them, it might be about you, whichever you're, like, sitting there thinking, yeah, then that's the right one, okay? Oh, alright, so, last two cards that came out, we have the Ace of Swords. So this tells me that you're learning about how to communicate better, like, within yourself, within your partnership, within all your relationships. You're learning about communication and you're bringing that forward. There's a new beginning happening. So whether you guys have had some kind of separation, I see that it's a new beginning is formulating. Whether there's been some kind of ending to a past relationship that did need to end, maybe there was some kind of loss there for you, there's a new beginning coming, so trust that. And either way, you're going to be able to communicate your needs so much better. Regardless of the situation, you're going to be able to communicate your needs really, really well, and maybe that's not been something you've been able to do before. And I think this also comes into you having boundaries and able to like speak those boundaries to people and feel safe in doing that, and feel like safe to then enter to a deeper level of relationship in doing that. Whatever this new beginning that's coming up for you guys. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, I'm seeing that your financial situation is looking really good. There's a lot of positivity in association with abundance, with career, with all of that sort of stuff. So I'm seeing that if there was some kind of a concern, that you really don't need to worry about it, and that it's going well. The other message that I'm picking up on, and it was similar to this King of Pentacles card, is that I think maybe your partner is really, really focused on financial or like material security right now, material abundance, and that actually might be where their focus is rather than you, or rather than love right now. And that might be hard for you to understand, because I'm feeling like that you're actually the one in the connection that's thinking like, oh, but I just want things to be love and light and beautiful. And that's great, but I think that your partner's just loving you in a different way than maybe what you're used to. And they're thinking long term, like whoever you're with or whoever you're about to be with, they think long term. They're there to stick around. Like, they're not going anywhere. Like, I think you're bringing a lot of anxiety into it, and they're really, really committed, and they're really working on things that are going to serve you forever, like that are going to serve you now, but mainly into the future. And they're wanting to be a really good partner for you in that way, and that's a big way of how they show their love, is to provide stability, security, and material abundance. Amazing. Alright, so I'm going to do some oracle cards for you guys. Group number 2, what do they need to know about their love? Okay. Independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. Wow. Okay, so this kind of makes me think that your partner right now is focusing on their independence, so also you need to do that. And I think that the kind of independence that you need to focus on is more emotional independence, is more like, okay, so maybe your partner's not available to hang out tonight. How can you like give yourself the same kind of fun and love that you would give if your partner was there? How can you feel more able to be alone and able to give yourself, like, meet your own needs to some level? Like, sure, we can't always meet all of our own needs, but that is kind of the goal. Like, we want to be able to at least, you know, provide for ourselves to a large extent, and then we become aware of maybe what we need to vocalize and ask for from other people, and that's also totally fine. But it's also totally fine for them to not give that to us, and sometimes that's hard for us to kind of accept. You know, we want other people to do stuff for us, we want other people to meet our needs for us, but they're not going to, and they really have no obligation to. So work on the independence, and actually you're going to feel way more secure and happy and vibrant and joyful when you do that, okay? Alright, let's get, sacred space. I think it says create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So again, this is telling me like maybe it's time to focus a bit more on yourself, focus a bit more on how you are spending your time rather than always obsessing about your partner or your crush or your future like love. Because when we focus on ourselves, we attract the kind of partner that we want. When we treat ourselves how we want to be treated, our partner treats us that way too. Alright, so it really always starts with you, and you are like in control in that sense. So it's like if you can start to treat yourself as sacred, right? And do things for yourself that are more independent, that are more like meeting your own needs to whatever extent, or whatever that looks like for you, then I think it's really going to improve everything in your love life. You know, because there's like a quote or something that says like all of our relationships start with our relationship to ourselves. And I think that's so true. So it's like, I think you need to really be a bit honest with yourself about what kind of relationship are you having with yourself. Are you kind of like neglecting yourself and then getting really needy with your partner and being like, hey, can you come do all this stuff for me and love me and da da da? Because like, let's be real, that's no fun. That's no fun to be with. Alright, I'm gonna pull another one for you guys. And I'm not saying that like we don't all go there, by the way. I think we all have a tendency to do that. So like, no judgment, and try not to judge yourself with any of this stuff. It's so much easier to just get honest and then just love it and just realize how human it is, right? Ooh. Okay, so we got quiet time. Take some time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Maybe you need to contemplate this reading. Just think about like, what does it really mean for me? And really like I said, I think that it's interesting because I feel like group number 1 was about moving toward relationship. I feel like group number 2 is about moving a little bit away from relationship and into the self. Rather than searching for all our needs within a relationship, it's going to come from you, actually. Whereas group number 1, I feel like it was really about, okay, it's time to move into relationship. You're really good at doing you, but it's time to be vulnerable. Group number 2, I think it's about doing you a little bit more. And that's exciting, it really is. Okay, I'm gonna like one more goddess card and then we're gonna finish, okay? Okay, what's a good closing card for group number 2, Spirit? Oh. I mean, guys, what? I feel like this is what I was saying about like, this is what's going to come to you when you focus on yourself. It says, the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. True love. Wow. Oh my goodness. You know, like, wow, what more can I say? Just meditate on that, all right? And get ready for this love to come into your life, whether this is like a rekindling of a current relationship, because you know how, like, even if you're in a long-term relationship, you guys may have been together for years, once you shift stuff within yourself, everything else shifts. You will notice your partner treats you differently. You will notice they show up for you differently. When we show up for ourselves differently, okay? Because everything, to some extent, is a reflection of ourselves. And if we're not treating ourselves well, then we're not going to attract people who treat us well. So this is telling me that you are changing that sort of stuff for yourself. You are wanting love. You definitely are, and you're attracting it. It's coming to you. And if you're in a relationship right now, then trust that it is true love. And I also have a message for people who are in a relationship. It's just come into my ear from Spirit. It's saying that basically sometimes it's easy when we're in a really committed relationship to kind of like point the finger and like blame our partner for maybe we're not feeling good, maybe we have been neglecting self-care for a while, maybe this, maybe that, and it's easy to point the finger over there at the other rather than to point the finger inside and look inside and get honest about it. So I think that's what this card is telling you. It's saying, hey, there's actually nothing wrong with what your partner's doing. Maybe they're not giving you the attention that you want, but maybe that's a gift. Maybe that's a gift so that you can start developing a deeper relationship with yourself, right? Because it is true love, and you already know that, but what does that really mean for you, right? Wow, okay, so as well, I'll just end for anyone who's single and anyone who's got a crush or something. It looks like it's true love that's coming your way. So that's really special. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Just another quick live love reading for y'all. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Love you so much.